DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky beat.
Mixers, welcome back to another awesome episode of the MIXINVIXENS. My name is Emily, also known as Milnicon, and join me in welcoming my other co-hosts, the other lovely Vixens. First of all, we've got Jen the Juice Fairy. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi. I had to unmute myself.
And we have the lovely Lumi. Hi, Lumi.
Hi.
Hi. And last but not least, we've got Rin Vapes. Hi, Rin. How are you doing today?
You know you have to say something so the mic so it picks your image up. You can't just wave.
Yeah, Rin.
I said hi.
We didn't pick up.
Oh, the image didn't pick you up.
All right. How's everyone doing?
I did good. We did good this weekend. How did you guys have fun mixing this week? Any inspiration by the picture?
I worked on one of the recipes I normally like with peaches.
Killer.
Yeah, I took that little tidbit of he normally likes watermelon peach and I just ran with it. And I just did it and it was fun and it was tasty and it's simple and it was all right. It was at first I had no idea what to do. I'm like, I don't know what Phil tastes like.
I don't know what he tastes like either, but you know, he kind of has that bourbon color, amber skin.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna go with a bourbon.
Yeah, totally. If I were you, I would have done like a bourbon cigar.
Well, I
like
thought about that, but we
bourbon
have
cigar.
something coming up that's very close to that.
Yeah.
So
true.
I chose against it.
But to me, that's just, you know, he just looks like an old fashioned. You know?
Are you saying he looks old just because he's got a little salt and pepper on?
No. He looks manly.
Manly.
You know, like he you know what I mean? Like
he exudes that manliness.
Exactly. That's what I mean. And I think Rin agrees with me, right, Rin?
Let's not turn this into pick on Rin. Let's not do that.
I don't see him in chat, so I think you're good.
That's fine. Let's just still not do that.
Oh yeah, like he's not gonna be watching the Vixens. Come on.
I mean, he might later on, but you know,
he's got more important things to do this time. So let's just jump into it. Rin, why don't you start with your mix? You haven't gone first in a while.
I will do that. So I had a lot of trouble with this. I went like 4 different directions. Because when I look at him, I think of like dessert tobacco.
But yeah, dessert tobacco.
Yeah, you do.
Like an old RY4, like a little bit of twist to it, a little extra stuff to it, you know. But apparently he doesn't really like tobaccos anymore.
I don't know for sure. I don't think that's what he vapes all day, but he could still appreciate tobaccos, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, I went a different route.
Well, I don't know for sure. Who's here? Say something, Phil. Say hi.
Hi, listen. So I'm sitting here listening. I'm listening to this, okay? Hi, everybody.
Hi, Phil.
Hi. See, listen. So I'm wait, hold on a second. I need to.
Now we can't hear you at all. You're muted. I still can't hear you. You're still muted.
Phil, you're muted, bud.
Your mute button.
Phil.
He can't hear us either.
Oh, that's funny. He's just talking away.
He's looking for the unmute the mic.
I know what I did. Okay, hold on. I know what I did. All right, I know what I did. I got it working now. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, so hi everybody.
Hi.
So first of all, let me ask, what was this contest that you like? So like, I was the inspiration for an e-liquid. Is that how this went down? Explain this to me.
He has no idea what the show is about, so we have to explain it to him.
The premise of the show is every week we just pick a random a picture, and we use as inspiration to create a mix. And a picture of you just happened to be this week. Aww. So we had to make a mix that, kind of reminded us of you or tasted like, you get what
we thought you'd taste like, you're our inspiration this week.
Well, so clearly it would be the most delicious e-liquid on the planet is basically what you're trying to create. That's what you're trying. So, okay. So I took notes because I was listening before I came onto the show, and I heard old fashioned. I got a little concerned when I heard old fashioned, right?
Well, you do wear Skechers.
The Skechers are the most comfortable shoe. But then she said not really old fashioned, but manly.
Yeah, okay? I redeemed myself.
I got very excited when I heard manly. Thank you very much. Dessert tobacco. Okay, that's good. That's good. I also like the bourbon because I have bourbon colored skin. I work hard on that,
I know. It's so difficult to do that when you live in Southwest Florida. I mean, you can walk really outside and the sun hits you and you turn brown.
It really is. Like, I went out on the boat for like an hour the other day and it's like insta tan. But I tan quick anyway. And also I heard somebody say that it was hard because they don't know what I taste like. Right?
That's not what I said.
I thought that's what I heard. I says I don't know what Phil tastes like. So listen, if anybody needs to do any research before you do like a project like this, I'm available. I'm a team player. I'm more than willing. I'm here for you.
Well, that's so nice of you.
You're gonna have to make a trip up to Ohio though, so that the taste testing can begin.
I don't want to take a trip anywhere right now. I'm like, it's crazy. It's crazy out there. It's crazy. And now I got to do the rally, the march in September. Right?
Are you going to that?
Yeah, I guess I'm scheduled to speak, and they asked me if I should go, if I was going. So I kind of have to say yes. I'm not really comfortable about doing it at this point, but yeah, I'm going.
Gotcha.
Yep. So what are all the flavor profiles? Now I heard there was a peach watermelon. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but peach watermelon is the number one best-selling flavor in the unsalted line. So thank you for doing a peach watermelon.
Who said peach watermelon? Who's doing peach watermelon?
That's mine. Mine's a peach watermelon.
She did a peach watermelon. See, she did her research. That's good because I don't know if you know this. Like when I first started vaping back in 2009. When I started, I just wanted something that tasted most like my Marlboro Light. That's all I cared about. Just give me something that tastes like my Marlboro Light and I'll be happy. And then I got a hold of watermelon and peach. Those were my first two fruit flavors. And those are the two flavors that got me off of the tobacco flavors. Right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, there was a little Boba's Bounty in there too and a whole bunch of other different flavors. But really, those were the first two fruit flavors that got me off of the tobacco flavors and really kind of opened up my mind. Where I said, "Oh wow, there's a lot more than just tobacco flavors out there." It was kind of limited back in 2009. There was no MIXINVIXENS show, right? But that's where the watermelon peach comes from. Really.
And Phil, our show is mostly entertainment. And we interact with our audience. They pretty much tell us, they send us pictures weekly of things to inspire us. And some of them even play along with us at the end of the week. So it's mostly mixers that is in our chat and that watch our show. But our show is a lot of entertainment and we explain why we put certain flavors together. So it's not, we give away a recipe, each one of us every single week. And we've been doing it for almost 2 years, every Sunday at 6 o'clock from 6 to 7. So
Okay.
we have our audience is fantastic at throwing us curveballs and throwing us pictures of stuff that we are like, what the heck are we going to do with that? But
Like
you
a
know,
picture
you
of
happen to be
Phil
one.
DeSardo.
Well, that's cool. I really do appreciate it. Can you do a flavor for that? Is that even possible? Can you do I'm thinking like maybe like a gyro or a souvlaki or tzatziki or feta or
Yeah,
something like that. Something
we could
very
probably
Greekish.
maybe some
Something
some
very
kind of cucumber
Greekish.
dill.
Cucumber dill. Friends don't let friends vape savory, so I'm not doing that unless I do WS-23 at 3%, which is
You just
what he
have to
likes.
submit a picture for us, and then when we pick it, we'll make a recipe based off of the picture.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. We can add you to the group, and then you can submit a picture of something you want us to mix, and we'll be like obliged to do it because we try to mix every picture that somebody, and then we'll have to do it eventually.
All right.
And then you can embarrass him, so you can throw a really cool picture out there.
I got a couple good pictures in mind. I actually, and pictures that we can show in public. I'm just letting you guys know that. Absolutely. So listen, do I get to taste these flavors? I mean,
we were thinking about that, and I hate to put you on the spot on the show, so you don't have to answer this.
Yeah.
So we each mix this recipe, and what we can do, we have in what is it, 5 weeks from now?
Yeah.
We have 4 episodes where we do the recipes. This is episode 1 of this batch. And then on episode 5, we all get together and have a chit chat show. Then episode 6, our judges come on. So the guys come on. Their job is to critique our recipes. Nobody actually wins, but you get to talk about what this flavor tastes like to you and what you liked and what you didn't like. And, some of the guys are really brutal because they're mixers as well. So sometimes they tell us, this tastes like a muddled mess, or, sometimes they tell us, damn, we liked all of them. And then our audience doesn't get to pick on us,
we would love to have you back on that show after you've tasted these mixes and given us your thoughts on them.
I tell you what, it's a date.
Awesome.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Absolutely.
We'll get someone to mix these and send them out to you for sure.
Absolutely. Send them to me. Jennifer, you have my address. You know what my address is. I'll also give you my PayPal account so you can pay me for all this, that we're doing here right now. And that's a joke, by the way.
But we are not on gallery, are we?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Phil.
You're welcome. Okay, but now I have to go to a barbecue, so that's what I'm going to do.
Well,
have fun.
So much for
Thank you for stopping in.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me on. It's very good to meet you guys, and I look forward to the critique show.
There you go.
Perfect.
Right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I love you and I hate you.
I know.
You're so quiet, man. What happened?
No, I had to go first. Is that what that was?
Yes, because he had to go. He had to be gone by 6:30. He had somewhere to be at 6:30, and I was like, wait, just a minute, just drop in 1 minute.
Where are we?
Okay, now let's do the show.
About her recipe.
All right, so as I was saying, I don't remember what I was saying. Basically,
let's take it from the top. Hold on. Cut. Start over.
Basically, this was like remix 12 to 15. I don't remember exactly how much, but I decided to go somewhere tropical with it, with fruits and stuff like that. I didn't want to do the watermelon peach because he already has any liquid that's that profile. Plus, I can't vape a lot of peach, so I went tropical. So I used Guanabana by Flavora at 1.25%. It's a nice banana pineapple kind of flavor that's good as a base in fruit smoothies or tropical mixes. I added some Sugarloaf Pineapple by Vape Train at 0.25% to boost the pineapple note and add a bit of citrus to it. I used Malaysian Guava from Wonder Flavors at a very low percentage at 0.15, just to add it gives it like a little bit of funkiness to it. And then the Flavora Vanilla Bean at 0.15, just to add a nice little vanilla hint to it without overpowering everything. And then 1-on-1 whipped cream at 0.5%, just to kind of smooth it slightly, but at the lower percentage, it still leaves the fruits kind of alone. It doesn't like muddle them too much.
Wow, this looks super tasty. This looks nice and like bright and just tropical.
Yeah, it's a bit different, and it's a little throaty. So if you don't like that, you might want to. I think it's the guava that's doing it. I'm not entirely sure, but he likes a really prominent throat hit, so I figured he wouldn't mind that.
He looks like he could stand a little throatiness.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
I like it. It's different, and that's kind of what I was going for. I wanted something a little bit different, but something he could potentially like.
Looks good, and you know I love. I bet the guanabana though, like, is calming it down significantly. Like I feel like it would be even more killer, but that guanabana is kind of nice and creamy.
Yeah.
That looks like a great combination. I might have to mix this up.
Yeah, guanabana is a great flavor.
It is
smooth without being like mushy.
And I love how bright that sugarloaf pineapple is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who wants to go next so I can not have to talk anymore?
You need some water or something?
I need to breathe a little bit.
I don't mind going next. I got mine pulled up. Do you want me to go next? I decided I wanted to use some of the new real flavors because I did kind of I didn't single taste, but I sniffed them all and I.
You said real flavors. Real flavors.
What do you mean I didn't give you my recipe?
Stand by.
Well, I will go since you've already fucked up.
Wait, it's hold on.
You said real flavors. There's no new real flavors.
No, you're right. It's Wonder Flavors. It's just aged bourbon.
All right, hold on, guys. We're getting the recipe pulled up.
The aged bourbon is in the so. We don't have Wonder Flavors. I used real flavors because that's the only option I had in.
All right, we'll have to get to work on. I thought for sure that there was a bunch of new Wonder Flavors that I had added, but we'll get that added soon. Okay. Anyway.
Maybe it's because it says bourbon aged cream. Is it?
Yeah, that's what it's called on the bottle, bourbon aged cream.
Okay, well, I updated it. How about that?
Okay.
Let's start over. So I used bourbon aged cream from Wonder Flavors at 2%. I used apricot from Flavor Art at 0.75. I used Flavora bourbon at 0.25. I had to use that kumquat in something, and I figured that would go really nicely with peach. So I used that at 1%. I used liquid amber a tiny bit, 0.10, just to cook the fruit so it wouldn't be a candied fruit with bourbon. And yellow peach at 3% because I used, and that's from Capella. I love yellow peach mixed with apricot on a regular basis. So I figured those two with the kumquat would be the fruit that is mixed into the bourbon. The bourbon cream from Wonder Flavors, even though it says it has cream, it doesn't have a heavy cream note. What it does, it's got a smoothness to it. It is creamy and smooth, but it's not a heavy cream. It's very light bourbonish type cream in there. But I did feel like it needed a little bit more bourbon, a little bit more depth, a little bit more darkness. So that's where the Flavora bourbon came in. But I didn't want that to be the main part, game player on the bourbon. So I just used it for a backup. And then the liquid amber also adds a little bit to the booziness on it. So it's pretty much a boozy, peachy mix that has some really nice rounded edges. So I really enjoyed it. To me, it needs a little bit of sweetener, but it doesn't come off dry. It just, to me, it needs a little bit of sweetener. I didn't add it to my original mix, and I'm not sure yet because I did it as a shake and bake. So it's a overnight steep is what I used it at. It's 3 days old now, and it still tastes good. And I think it's actually sweetening up. And that's what I wanted to know, if that bourbon cream would sweeten up with time. You know what I mean? And then the liquid amber adds juiciness to it. So I don't feel like it needs WS-23, but WS-23 wouldn't hurt it any.
Yeah, I think bourbon and peach is such a good combination together.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that kumquat.
Well, the kumquat is, to me, it's kind of like the let me see, where the hell is it? I've got it right here. It's kind of like a mix between, to me, it's got peachy notes in it, and it's got a watery note to it. By itself, I found it to be somewhere across between a what do you call that? A guava and some other watery fruit, like a star fruit or something that's watery but doesn't have a whole lot of flavor in it. And that's what it tasted like to me. It also tastes a little bit like peach, if that makes any sense.
Cool. Awesome. It's good.
So that was it. That's my fill recipe. I called it, what was the name I gave it? I think I called it
Celebrity status?
Celebrity status. First of all, he hates being called a celebrity. He wants to be called a friend. But you know, you got to give credit where credit is due, and he's been on YouTube forever. And you know, I use the bourbon because of the color of his skin, and I use the peach because sometimes he looks pretty peach. That sun kind of makes him a little orange sometimes, and not you know, presidential, just a little peachy, you know.
Jen, how does that age the bourbon aged cream and like the real flavors aged bourbon cream? How do they compare to each other?
I can't tell you off the top of my head, and I did not side by side test them.
Okay. Okay. Very cool. Well, thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Louie, did you want to go next then?
She's got.
I will go next, I suppose. All right. So this one I actually can put up on all the flavors. Just haven't yet. But anyways, my recipe was something that I actually used to just make out of all of Wonder flavors. It was one of my Wonder shots that I made. And I really wanted to try seeing what would happen if I added other stuff to it. That wasn't just Wonder flavors, which no matter what, I seem to like this profile. I really like Wonder flavors, oats and cream cookie, and peach pie and cream.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I basically do in my Wonder shot. And then I add cookie butter, basically, and a couple of other things, sometimes cream filling. But now that I have cookie butter, cream filling is a little bit. So I'll just go over what I did. I wanted to do some small tweaking. I did cookie butter, super concentrate, Wonder flavors, 0.67. Oh, I didn't do a weird number for oatmeal cookie, or I did, and I forgot to save it, which is not good.
Oh, snap.
Oh, balls. What did I do? Fuck. I forgot to save it. I know I tweaked that number.
Well, it'll still be good.
I'm just sad now. I'm just really sad.
Don't be sad. Don't be sad. That's what we're here for. We'll make you happy.
Oatmeal cookie, super concentrate, real flavors. I actually used that over 2%. It was probably somewhere around the same percentage that I used oats and cream cookie. Now I'm going to have to remix this and taste what it tastes like. That kind of blows. Fuck. Oats and cream cookie, super concentrate, Wonder flavors, 2.33. Peach pie and cream, 4.89. Vanilla pudding, Flavora, 0.38. Whipped cream, 1-on-1, 0.38. So,
yum.
With this, with just the oats and cream cookie and the peach pie and cream, for some reason it always tasted like a really, really light oatmeal cream pie, kind of like those little cookies that you could get in the Little Debbie section. and I just
Yeah.
wanted to keep building on it. So I added the Real Flavors oatmeal cookie to add a little bit more to that oatmeal note.
Did it work? It made it more oatmeal-y?
Yes, it did.
Nice.
I used cookie butter because butter and cookies, hello, it goes good in there.
Yeah.
And then I put vanilla pudding and whipped cream in there fairly low, just to try to add a little bit to the peach pie and cream for that cream pie filling thingy that those little dessert cakes have. Just kind of hoping it would round out some of like the sharper edges from the peaches and oats. So, yeah.
Awesome. This looks really good. And I think I have all these flavors too. So far, I'm mixing up all of your stuff except for Jen's because I'm not a huge bourbon fan, but
yeah,
but-
whenever I was talking about like stuff that Phil liked, I was thinking the only two things I remembered was watermelon and peach. And I'm not a fruit person, I'm a dessert person. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not making a watermelon dessert, I'm making a peach dessert.
and peach and oatmeal, like, you just, oh, yum. It looks good. And yeah, I haven't used Real Flavors oatmeal cookie in a minute.
I don't know if I have it. I think I do. I think Rin sent me some, and if she did, I'll be able to. Otherwise, does Bull City still have that flavor or anyone?
DIY ejuice.com might. They still have a lot of Real Flavor stuff.
Sounds
and any excuse, honestly, to use peach pie and cream by Wonder Flavors is a good excuse to me to use it because that's such a good peach.
I agree.
Yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. The peach is really light. The cookie note is definitely more forward. So I was going for like that little soft cakey version of it, but I think I got more of like the actual cookie version, like a softer cookie instead of the cakey.
Yeah.
But I'm not complaining about it. So
Yeah,
I
wouldn't be
really
mad at that. Very
like
cool. Thank you for sharing.
Sounds good. Did we have anybody play along this week?
We did. We had 3 people play along.
Killer.
I'm
That's
gonna go
awesome.
first,
Let's see
though.
what they have to say about
we
Phil.
still have Emily.
Let's see what I have to
shit.
say first.
That's right. Sorry. I'm way ahead of myself. Duh.
Like I said, I did a watermelon peach. I went real basic, real simple, but you know what? To me, especially when you're doing fruits, the simpler you can go, the less like muddled you can make the mix. Like the more each flavor can kind of shine, right? So I try to do simple stuff, especially when it's just fruits. So I did 2 watermelons, 1 peach, and some super sweet. So for my watermelon, I did 4% Mullenberry big watermelon because it's just, I mean, it's kind of like it says, it's a big, like rounded, like robust watermelon. It's a little bit candied, a little bit authentic, like it's sweet, but it's like kind of mealy, you know, like it's the best watermelon I think so far that I've had. And
yeah,
then,
I really enjoy that watermelon too.
to bump that watermelon flavor up even more because I wanted watermelon to be very upfront. I actually used Capella double watermelon at 3%. And then for the peach note, I did Capella juicy peach at 4%. So all these are, you know, like big numbers. You know, I wanted to push the flavors up. This is kind of commercially type, you know, flavorful, bold juice. And then I did 0.5% of Capella Super Sweet. If you really want to go commercial, you can go even more if you want, but 0.5% is about all I can take. But it's a simple mix, but it's real tasty and it's in your face watermelon and peach, which
Was
is,
it a shake and bake?
yeah, it was a shake and bake. Now it is better after a few days, but it's completely fine like right away. It's really good right away, and I don't get any like, although I have a throat of steel apparently, but I don't really get any like throatiness from it or much harshness. So
Okay, sounds good. And how many days have you tried it after it's sat a while? Has it
yeah,
faded
so
any?
it's like I said, it was good right away. After about 3 days, it was better, and It's been about 6 days now, and it's still, I mean, it hasn't faded or anything. Like, it's still really good.
Good. Awesome. Do you find that the Capella, which one is more candy, the big watermelon or the Capella?
I think, let me double check my notes here. The big watermelon has more of the candy note to it. Double watermelon's more of a natural watermelon as well. Fleshy, kind of, it's a softer flavor. It's a little top heavy. It can be a little perfumey, like if it's by itself, or like pushed up really high. So that's why I only did 3% with the double watermelon, and then I backed it with the big watermelon. So it's still the whole thing is still a natural watermelon, but it's a sweet natural watermelon, like a real ripe natural watermelon.
Awesome. I was just checking if this was a candy or slushy or if it was a drink type.
No, it's
mix.
a pretty natural, kind of just like a bowl of fruit, maybe a bowl of fruit with some sugar on it, you know.
Got it.
Yeah.
Good deal. I have everything to mix this. That's why I'm asking.
Nice.
I think I have everything to mix all of them, except I have that one flavor from Lumi's I might not be able to mix. And if we do have him on, I guess we have to. I have to get it.
Cool.
You're just gonna have to double check.
I am. Double checks my name.
I would send you some, but I only bought 10 mLs of it. So I'm hoarding that shit until we know that there's going to be a resupplier soon.
Yeah, if I have it, it's going to be because Rin sent it to me. And it was probably one of the flavors. She sent me a lot of them that she couldn't use or didn't like too much. And you know, she's a fruit kind of person. So that there's a good possibility that was one of the bakeries that she sent me.
Cool.
Don't either. Luckily, I have all my fruits separated by brands, so I'll know just as soon as I pull out my box.
Yeah, maybe a few of us will mix up other of our mixes, and then we'll have something we can talk about and chit chat.
Yeah.
And so sweet.
Sounds good.
All right, so as Jen was saying, we do have some people to play along. We have 3 people. The first one is Met, aka Noogie, and they named it Phil Pissardo, a man on a mission, MTL tropical drink. They used 4.5% FA Ace from the Pazzo line, 2% white peach, 1.5% FA pear, 1.5% FA pineapple, 2% FA rum, and 1% FA vanilla Tahiti. Interesting.
Well, I had to take off my glasses because I'm at that age where if I have them on, I can see you here, but I can't see down here to read. And that recipe really looks interesting. That looks very good. The rum makes it nice and deep with the vanilla. I mean, the only thing that I would kind of frown at, and it's probably a personal thing, is that FA pineapple. But other than that,
I was just gonna say it's the pineapple, right?
Yeah.
FA pineapple is a little tire fiery.
It is a little tire fiery. But I have heard Wayne say that he enjoys it. So I don't know, you know, as we vape and we mix, the more we vape and mix and vape and mix, and more sensitive we become to off notes and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It just might be a personal preference thing.
It could be. Yeah, taste is subjective. Not everybody gets tire fire from FA pineapple. And, you know, who knows? Maybe in a mix with this kind of stuff. I love that they used vanilla Tahiti in this, because that's a nice, bright vanilla.
Mm-hmm. It's got even some fruit notes in it. So. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting that they use the Ace, because the Ace has got it's like a bowl of tropical fruits. So I'm pretty interested in seeing how this tastes.
Yeah, Ren's like, oh no, on the epic
It's
pineapple. She
gross.
doesn't.
I hate it.
You get tire fire too?
Yes, like burnt tires
Yeah,
and onions. Somebody
and
said
onions. Yeah,
Onions?
you and Dave.
I don't think
onions.
I've ever tasted onions in it. Ooh.
I don't
We
get
have a new
onions either.
pineapple though on the block. We do have VSO pineapple to look forward to if stuff starts tasting too tire fire burny. And VSO can never go wrong with their fruits. So
Yeah,
you could
I don't
always
have a
swap them.
pineapple. I'm bummed about that. Hopefully I can get that soon. All right. So the next person who played along was Karen. And she is Karen S on ELR. And she made Phil a punch. Hashtag Mix and Vixens. And 1.25% VSO cherry. 2% Wonder Flavors coconut rum. 2% fizzy sherbet by Vape Train. 2.5% Mullenberry funky pineapple. And 1.5% VSO lemon.
Speak of the devil. I love that you used VSO.
Yeah.
And I love that she put coconut with cherry and lime. That's got to be really nice. I'm excited for that one.
Just because it has VSO in it, I think I might try it, except for the lemon.
How's that VSO cherry?
It's actually really good. It tastes kind of like it's not overly juicy if you use it at low percents. It kind of just tastes like you just bit into a cherry. Like you get the skin and everything on it.
Yeah, no medicinal.
No medicinal
off taste or anything. That's awesome. Great.
And I'm sure that lemon by VSO probably also brightens it up and makes it a little juicy along with the funky pineapple. So that's probably why they used it so low.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, thank you for sharing, Karen. And Nuggy, thank you for sharing. We love it when you guys play along. All right. And last but not least, our newest judge, good old Sam Thurstein, aka I Am Sam on ELR. He made a mix called Everybody Loves Phil. And he used 1% FA apricot, 3% Capella cantaloupe, 0.75% FA cantaloupe, 1.3% Vape Train golden syrup, 3% Jungle Flavors honey peach, 2% Vape Train honeycomb, 0.75% Persian lime, 0.5% Capella super sweet, and 1% Flavora wild melon.
This is a melon peach.
This looks so interesting.
It looks way interesting. I mean, I know that he verified it, but those flavors sound like they all blend into one cohesive flavor.
And then with the golden syrup, the honeycomb, and then the honey peach, like it gives it like it's gonna give this like sweet, sticky, a little bit dark vibe to it.
I think the cantaloupe too will also help round it out and make some of those face punching flavors a little bit more docile.
Yeah,
I agree.
And then you've got some brightness from that Persian lime. Like this looks very like well balanced and like multi-dimensional, you know?
I agree.
Bassy notes, you got the high bright notes.
I agree.
This looks good. Thanks, Sam. All right.
Well,
that's all we have for our Phil mixes. How fun was it that Phil was able to come on and say hi?
I had a blast planning that and then texting him and calling him because he did have a very busy day today. And I was like, you have 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Like, I know. I was like, 6 o'clock. You better be. I don't care if you do it from your cell phone in your car. You gotta pop in.
And I love how you guys were like, Lumi, Rin's going first. I popped in 5 minutes before the show, and I'm thinking you guys didn't tell me because you thought I might tell her.
Well, It was me, and then I had to tell Friction because somebody had to let him in so that Rin would notice if I was distracted trying to let somebody in.
Oh, you had that fucking, after I knew what was going on and I started acknowledging your face, you just had that I'm up to no good, I'm a badass. You had your lips pumped up. You were like,
I did nothing.
That's normal. I didn't see anything abnormal.
Rin's acting all upset, but secretly she's stoked, right?
I'm not upset. I was flustered.
I think I accomplished my goal then.
I was so tempted to like message her really quick since I joined just a little bit before her and be like, Rin,
something's going on.
Get some anxiety medicine, get yourself some cool water.
She's an introvert, so she does not get her energy from people. She gets it from peace. And I was disturbing that peace for her today.
Now you get 5 weeks to prepare yourself to see him again.
I think I'm going to be sick.
She's got that thing.
I think I got the reunion, planned that weekend.
All the times that I come on here sick, I don't want to fucking hear it. You're showing up.
I think my internet's going to be out.
Yeah. Or on vacation like me, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I drove back from South Carolina and I left there at 10:45 this morning to make sure I was here for this because I went to visit my stepdaughter in South Carolina this weekend and I was like, we gotta be back. We gotta show it. It's very important. I planned this shit. I can't be the one out.
You must have just made great time.
It's 4.5 hour drive from where she lives.
Pedal to the metal.
I've been worried all week because we're getting remnants of Hurricane Hannah that just keeps splashing through Virginia. So I was like, I'm not gonna have power all fucking week because the storms just keep rolling through.
Yeah, and purposely I did not tell you, Lumi, because my God, I know that you guys are friends and you would have such a hard time not telling her, knowing that she was going to be anxious. But I felt like if we told her ahead of time, it might have made her even more anxious.
Yeah.
So it was better for her to just not even know so that she wouldn't get herself up in a frenzy.
Yeah. I was conflicted. I kept the secret because there was only like 5 minutes before the show started anyways. And I was like, oh, I feel so bad because I know.
I know too. And part of me was like, I can't tell her because if I tell her, she is not going to know what to do with her. She won't sleep for 3 days. Her nerves are going to be bad.
Godzilla is going to be eating her.
She's not even going to want to talk or go first. She's just going to sit there quiet. So I was like, she can't know. She just can't know.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I just won't sleep for 5 weeks. So.
Well, there's always the possibility he'll be in Washington, D.C. I haven't added the weeks to see which week it is.
It's okay. I can stay up and Zoom with you and hum graceful, peaceful sounds till you fall asleep.
I've got medication. I send you some of my medicine.
Just pop a volume real quick.
Oh, no, we're on the internet. I didn't say what.
So next week, the profile, I picked the picture that was submitted by Dan DeWitt. And it looks pretty darn tasty. I'm pretty excited about this. It's like some kind of orange tart or something.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Doesn't that look good?
No.
No? Oh, I see. I think it looks tasty AF.
It looks like dried tomatoes on some kind of cornbread.
It looks like oranges.
You can use VSO tomato.
I'm not using VSO tomato. I love VSO. I'm not using VSO tomato. I'm not doing it.
I've bought a lot of oranges in the last 2 or 3 months. As a matter of fact, I think it was 3 weeks ago that I bought a lot of oranges. No, it was longer than that. It's been about 6 weeks now. Testing her flavor. And I don't know what to do with them. So this is perfect. I have something to play with. Because I don't personally vape orange too often. So.
I'm going to have to get super drunk just to mix this.
That's always an option.
Like, get to drinking.
I'm just gonna be sitting there with my
Just
bottle.
don't forget to write down what you mixed, because it'll come
Right.
out great, and then you won't have the recipe
You're
because
gonna
I've done
kick
that.
yourself.
Hey,
I've done that in the middle of the night. None of my flavors tasted right, and I got in there and I mixed something, and I was like, I'll just throw some of this. And
well,
this and
that's
this.
my ritual. Like whenever I'm about to start mixing something that I'm like not comfortable with, I just take a cup. Like I open up ELR, and I take a few shots, and I start plotting, and then I take a few more shots, and then I come up with my Lumi percentages, and then I add
there you
random
go.
things.
You and your Lumi percentages.
It's
and mind
liquid
powers.
courage, yo. It gives me the strength to hop out of my norm.
I went to a distillery yesterday in South Carolina, speaking of drunk, and they were, and it was just, you have a taste testing, and they make vodka and they make moonshine, and that's what they make there. They make some bourbon too, but they only had vodka and moonshine yesterday. So they let us taste the vodka and they let us taste the moonshine, and I think that's all we tasted. So pretty much it was just 2 shots. And then we walked around, then we went to throw some axes because they had one of those axe throwing places open, and we were drinking
Wait,
beer. And
you went,
That's what that
you
was.
drank, and then you started throwing axes?
That's
yeah, it was
not
a blast.
combination.
I could not hit the bullseye for shit. As a matter of
How many
fact, I
people did
barely
you
hit the
hit?
damn board.
How many people did you hit?
Yeah, I mean, what's more fun than getting drunk and then throwing axes? But I could not believe just how toasted I got off 2 beers and 2 shots. I don't think I need to be playing around with moonshine or 100 proof vodka and then drinking beer ever again. I think that's like off the table for me.
You could send me some, and I'll test
And
it.
then playing with sharp metal objects.
Yeah, and then being pissed because they weren't hitting the board. They weren't sticking to the board. Every time I threw the axe, it would hit on the butt side instead of the axe side. I was like, well, that would have knocked them out, but it wouldn't be stuck on their head. I mean, they definitely wouldn't have got up from that hit. They'd be out, but not dead.
All right, guys, let's head on out of here. If you like us and you like what we do and you want to support us in a fun, tasty way, head on over to flavorjungle.com and check out our one-shot line. We would greatly appreciate it. If you want to donate to CASA and get something cool and rep us in return, Ren, Lumi, and myself have swag over at vapingswag.com. And Lumi has kick-ass coils and RDA stands and stuffs.
Well, RTA, RDA, pre-built, really anything with a 510 connection. I got you.
Yeah, she
She's
got
got
you,
you.
Flam. She got you.
If you need
And
to
then-
start making your own dildos that have a 510 threading on them, I got you a handle.
There you
Interesting. And I've got the flavor packs at Bull City.
Yes.
I've got one, and Emily has one, so you can catch us there. Mine is what's it called? It's Morning Moojus. Which one is yours, Emily?
go. Inagata Davida.
There you go. So you can support us in a fun, tasty way, or you can rock Lumi's coils, the
Yeah.
Lumi braids.
We will see you next week for that delicious orange-looking tart thing, and everyone have a good week.
Making a tomato cornbread.